Hello and welcome to another Big Think Mailbag. We've got usual hosts. We've got Bob.
Hey guys.
From GigaBoots. We've got KZ.
I like mail.
From KZExcellent.com. We've got Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's All Right.
Wing Wong.
And we've got Dr. Aggro from Dr. Aggro.
Let's go Wildcats.
All right. Let's go.
Get your head in the game, Dan.
First question we're going to go to is from Tony. They say, hello, GigaBoots crew. You talk a lot about horrifying food that you buy to try. But what is the worst thing that you have ever cooked and prepared yourself to eat? Am I preparing it for myself so I can eat it, or am I preparing myself so I can eat it? Anyways, could be a mistake resulting in bad food or a horrifying success that gave you exactly the nightmare you were hoping for. My personal example is a cheeseburger with 2 grilled cheese sandwiches for buns. A mistake. Well, thanks, Tony. Bob, remember that time you cooked food way, way, way too fucking hot?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's
what I was going to talk about.
That was great. What was the deal with that again?
I think I was trying to make Hunan chicken.
Okay.
So I had like the oyster sauce and stuff you normally use for that. And I was like, well, I have this ground pepper flake. It's been sitting here in my house for over a year. Probably 2.
Yeah.
I think it's gotten spicier. And I keep putting it in. It's like, I don't see too much when I have it in there. I don't see it too well. And I put it in until the whole thing is like coated.
Yeah. Like wallpaper.
Yeah, it's like you know the ceiling, the popcorn ceiling? It's almost like that, but for red pepper flakes. And these are it's not even like flakes. It's crushed red pepper flakes.
Right.
So that tasted pretty good, but I got like one bite in, my whole head started telling me don't take another.
I would have gone to the hospital.
This was great though, because he's like, I've eaten all that I can, and I'm like, ooh, great. I just eat the rest. And I'm like, this is really great. This is really great. You really screwed up, man. That's why I'm eating this.
Yeah, it was something. Remember that time we took 2 Totino's pizzas and put them on top of each other?
Yeah, but that was a beautiful.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Oh, that sounds great. I need to do that.
Yeah, you just
Did you cook them separately and then stack them, or?
We did half of the cook time separate and then stacked them to finish.
Nice. Ooh.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well.
Ooh.
That was a surprisingly good idea.
Right.
We thought it was going to be a nightmare. We were laughing over how we thought it was going to be a nightmare, but then it was actually a pretty good idea. Not that we would recommend people doing that. Don't go do that. And then tweeted us how it was not a good idea. We will not be accepting feedback on this pizza sandwich.
No. God, we probably made that when we were like 17 or 18.
Yes. Yeah, no, that was a 16 to 18 range mistake. No, brilliant, beautiful idea.
I think I'm going to do that this week.
We lost KZ this week. I don't know.
Could have been anything.
Sorry to tell you.
I've done worse.
We're going to go now to Dr. Aggro. Aggro, do you have any food mistakes?
I mean, most of the horrible food mistakes in my life have been foisted upon me. If we're talking about things that I've done myself, a couple of weeks ago, I woke up late, and I'm like, okay, I have 10 minutes to power through a bowl of cereal that I know I have just enough milk left for. This is going to be great. This is going to rescue my whole day. And I make the bowl of cereal, and I sit down, and I start shoveling it in. And I mean shoveling. So I'm like on the 4th spoonful before I realize the milk is sour. And I'm eating like bagged Crunch Berry. So that shit is like all up in my teeth. It's not coming out. I've just got sour milk rhino lining the inside of my mouth now.
Oh, God.
That was a bad day.
Yeah, it was. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Phil, do you have anything?
Yes.
It's a good
One was
opener.
this week.
Oh, good.
Why is everything so recent?
I wanted to make focaccia.
Mm-hmm.
So I did, but I didn't know that my yeast was dead.
Oh.
So it didn't rise at all and came out a puck.
Yeah, I was like, what came out? Like the flattest flat cake? I don't...
Yeah, and it was like, it's super dense and heavy.
So it's the Xbox One X. Got it.
Happy Hanukkah, by the way.
Because it was supposed to rise like 4 times the size it was.
Yeah, that would be normal. Oh God.
That was inedible. I also made chicken tikka masala once, and like Bob did with his chicken, I used way too much of my spice powder.
That's great.
And
Yep.
you ever eat something that's so hot your stomach just goes no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cease,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go, what if I didn't cease?
What then?
I'm in charge here.
Then you might have problems for a year.
It was only problems for a day, but it was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever eat something so spicy it's the same Scoville coming out as it was going in?
I definitely have a story that should fit here, but I don't remember it. I haven't held on to it. It was probably when I was roommates with Aggro and Xeon. But as of right now, I don't hold on to anything. So I'm going to tell other people's stories. So there's this guy we've called canonically Fake Aggro.
Ghost
he-
of Tsushima, man.
Yeah, he does the worst impersonation of any person ever, frankly. But then we were like, we should have him pretend to be Aggro for a video because holy shit, it does not work out. And that's funny.
Yeah, no way.
Fake Aggro has done many horrific things with food.
Everything he puts in his body is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I mean, it makes sense. Of course, he was able to seek out the potato chip Reese's cups when we still can't find them. But yeah, he did this shit like nonstop, like absolutely nonstop. There are probably hundreds of stories. The one that always sticks with me though is when he cooks instant ramen. And then decides he wants an egg in it, and he puts the raw egg in the ramen cup. Keep in mind, it had cooled down by this point. We're like, dude, you can't eat that. That's a raw egg. And he's like, it's okay, watch this. And he microwaves it. He microwaves it for maybe 20 seconds and then tries to eat it. It just goes, there's also the time he's been known to eat leftover pizza at people's houses that have been in their fridges for weeks.
Or their cars.
Oh no.
It wasn't even in the fridge. It was just on the table for weeks.
This man should be dead.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. 100% beyond the shadow of a doubt. Should be dead, isn't. Scientists have not discovered why. Yeah, there are just countless stories there. But I don't know. I can't remember any absolute fucking nightmares from trying to experiment with food recently, and the rest of it I've let go. Did anyone else have any other food nightmares they wanted to talk about before we move on?
Yeah, not really. I had one that was recent and cereal related, but wasn't to the degree of I shoveled 4 bites in my mouth before I knew. I had like half of one and went, oh.
Yeah, it's always disappointing. I gotta say, I've had a burger with grilled cheese sandwiches for buns made in a professional environment before, and it was actually really good.
Yeah. I feel like that's something you can master and make something beautiful out of. Or you could fuck up and make a nightmare out of it. Next question comes from Marshall Padomio Lee. Hello, GigaBoys. Marshall Lee here. I'm sure you've all seen those horrible Facebook and Tumblr posts where people describe a definitely real thing that happened where they owned someone and or did something epic and everybody clapped, and or that kid was actually Albert Einstein, and or their kid is actually super woke, etc. Do you have any stories you generally try to avoid telling because they have this energy and you don't think people will believe you? Hope you're all doing well, and good luck on the Death March to the Game of the Year podcast. Thanks, Marshall. No, nothing ludicrously good or fulfilling has ever happened to me. Bob?
I don't think so.
Normally it goes the other way, where I tell a story and people go, yeah, people suck.
Like most of my stories be from retail. No, this doesn't happen. Nothing good happens.
No, nothing good happens. Mr. Field, do you have any stories like this?
One time somebody tried to hit me with a bat. And
I was like,
it progressed in a very fake way, so I
Okay.
don't even like to bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was doing something. I think I was shoveling something. I was fucking working. I was working outside, and these fucking assholes on a motorcycle with a sidecar were just going down the street hitting mailboxes with a bat.
Classic.
And they're going pretty slow, and they kind of gesture like they're gonna try and hit me because I was standing relatively near the curb.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they were going to actually try even swing the bat at me, but I didn't know that. So I threw the bucket I was holding at them. And this was enough to make them hit the next mailbox and flip over. and I was like, well, I guess I'll be going now. So I just started walking in the opposite direction of them, because one of them did have a bat and I had a shovel, but I wasn't willing to Dark Souls duel this guy. Shovel versus bat. And then police showed up like 5 minutes later because somebody had called the police at these drunken jackasses hitting mailboxes with a fucking baseball bat.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it for them.
That was the end of that chapter.
I think they tried to run, but if you flip over on a motorcycle, you're not going to be going anywhere very quickly after that.
Right.
Even if you're only going like 20 miles per hour.
I don't know. I leapt out of was that your Jeep, Bob? You were
Yeah.
driving a Jeep at the time. I left out of this Jeep at 20 and I was fine. I even hit the ground head first.
God damn it. What a cool story.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, when you leap out of a moving vehicle, most people don't realize your feet need to acclimate to going 20 miles per hour. So you should be running in midair before you even touch the ground. I did not do that. I thought I would kick off with my first foot when it hit the ground. No, just my foot touching the ground made me flip completely instantly.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm more of a tuck and roll guy.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes way more sense. I just did this because they didn't think I would do it. And then I joked about doing it. And then I was like, guys, come on. Am I really going to? And then mid-sentence, I leapt out of the vehicle. I don't know. I'm going to shove some circular pegs into the square hole. Here we go. I went car door mud surfing. That sounds absolutely ludicrous. You take a door, you knock the fucking side view mirror off of it, you tie it to the back of a Jeep, and you go mudding. It was really fucking cool. Don't do that.
Didn't you do it during a hurricane?
No, that was a different time we went mudding.
Okay.
We went mudding during a Cat 3? I can't remember. The most ludicrously, this shouldn't have worked out this way, and I feel like in retrospect, every time I thought about the story, I was like, that was a dream though, right? This isn't how real life works. Some huge kid was beating the shit out of a kid that was multiple years younger than him and very scrawny. And I was just biking around the neighborhood. So without any question, without any warning, I leapt off my bike and knocked the shit out of him just to level the ground a bit. And then I left and I leave. And the kid, the big kid just, he's, you know, at this point, he's like, okay, it's not worth it. He leaves. Scrawny kid thanks me, whatever. I go home. The parent of the big kid and him show up at my doorstep that night, and the mom goes, hey, I would like to talk to your parents. Keep in mind, they did not live terribly near me. They lived a few streets away, right? Enough where I was surprised he knew where I lived. But it's just me and my brother home. My parents are out. And his mom just goes, I would like to talk to your parents. And he looks pissed and she looks pissed. And I go, I'm sorry. My parents aren't home. And then I close the door. That was the end of that fucking story. I'm like, it can't be that easy. But the rest of my life has taught me actually, yes, it can. Bob, did you ever get any sick owns on customers and then got $1 million from GameStop corporate?
No.
Jeez. That's when you're supposed to lie and say yes. And since you said it in response to this question, they would have to believe you or they're an asshole.
Yes, they gave me $1 million.
Okay, edit it like that.
They gave me 15 Bitcoin.
Ooh.
I'm good to move on unless Aggro has something.
Well, I mean, like about 10 years ago, I worked at a pizza place whose general manager did not give a fuck. So we had an open policy that if customers became belligerent or threatening, we could just do whatever we wanted. And I kind of stopped telling those stories as the year went by because the longer it goes, the more fake they sound. So I'm going to switch gears to another one that I stopped telling immediately because I realized that I had committed a crime.
Yep.
But I feel like it's been long enough to where I'm in the clear.
Yeah, I think you're in the clear now.
I was once driving my car through. It was a neighborhood that hadn't been built yet. It had been landscaped. The roads had been put in. There were lampposts and manicured lawns, but no houses. It was creepy as shit. I was driving down this road, and as I passed a hedge, a dirt clod hit my back windshield. And I looked up, and I saw two kids, like, in the 12, 13 range, huddled behind the bush, like, yeah, we hit a car. And then I stopped, because two 12-year-olds hit my car with a dirt clod. And I looked around, and I didn't see any adults, and I decided, all right, I like to think of myself as a teacher. I was driving a Volkswagen Beetle at the time. I got out of it, popped open the hatchback, reached in, came out with an axe, pointed at those kids and went, hey, and took 2 steps at them, which I realized much later is assault with a deadly weapon.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Jesus.
Oh my God. I mean, you never saw 12-year-olds that fucking scared until they invented Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dude, if I saw someone of your description coming out of a Beetle and then pulling out an axe, yes.
It really is that Simpsons moment of the guy in the car is too small.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I saw a dude that's built like Spider-Verse Kingpin with a deadly weapon coming out of a clown car, I'd shit now.
It just reminds me of the fucking time we yelled at those tourists. We did that, guys. It was more than just me.
We're all in this together.
Yes, guys, we're all in this together. Don't break formation. Yeah, we had tourists at the local Walmart, total shithead kids. You could tell they had come from Alabama by the accent, and they apparently had money. They were just being annoying as fuck to us, especially Zion. So I'm like, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. I'll get them to leave us the fuck alone while we're shopping. And then Aggro's like, okay, Dan's gonna diplomatically. And then as I turn, smiling, I slowly transform my face into a terrifying face and raise my hands up.
Hang on, because what you said to us was keep walking, don't come back.
Yes.
Hey, I dealt with it. But yeah, I shout at the shout at the fucking tourist 16-year-olds. I'm like, you think this is funny? You think this is a fucking joke? They just start screaming and running through this Walmart and knocking shit over for no reason other than they're shitty tourists. And then at some point, when I've determined they've cut it out, I just start walking to leave. And out of like all of these random things, these nooks and crannies of Walmart, these employees just drift out to stare at me and Bob and Aggro and Xeon just leave. And I call later and I'm like, hey, I was just going to call to make sure everything was okay. Some tourists were being really annoying. And they're like, oh, are you the guys who silly stringed the store? I'm like, no, what? They're like, you're not allowed here anymore. And I'm like, let me talk to your manager. Then I talked to their manager and they're like, did you do anything to the store? And I'm like, no, I just raised my voice. And they're like, oh, okay, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's like, wait, did those tourist kids silly string the store?
Probably.
And that's the end of that anecdote.
That was back when the Walmart had the old configuration, so electronics was in the middle of the store.
Yes.
Which is really weird to remember.
Yes. Like, because as we're moving from electronics to the only door that's open anymore, we're in the dead center of the store as these people keep coming from the aisles and the clothing racks.
Yes. Man, it was a much less open design in general. Every aisle was the tall aisles that are like you imagine are in the sides now. Because now the middle of Walmarts are like basically open with clothing and stuff.
Yeah, they're kind of flat and open, yeah.
Yeah, it's just very different. And you can be stuck up from all angles.
Yes.
Back then it was like a bad Call of Duty map is what I'm saying.
You have any super epic woke bacon moments, KZ?
Did the bacon just wake up?
I feel like one time I went into a room and I saw Banny, and Banny said, what if Bernie could still win? And then I realized I just dreamed that like 2 weeks ago, and that's the closest thing to any of these I have.
You're like, Banny, it's 2021. Come on.
Ron Paul. Meow.
Next question from Squid Parts. You all spend a lot of time playing video games. This is relatively correct, yes. Do you guys even have time to exercise? And if so, how do you exercise? What an accusatory question. You play video games, draws, line. No, I really liked biking, but I forgot to grab my bike from the place I moved from, and I still haven't gone back for it because we don't have very large vehicles to transport shit. I was going to get back into biking and do some Pokemon Go stuff, and then there's the always elusive Ring Fit, but that's complicated. Bob, you spend a lot of time playing video games. Do you even lift, bro?
Yeah, I try and jog at least 2 to 3 times a week. This year I've really tried to get back into that because before the pandemic I'd be going to karate like twice a week or more.
Yes.
And now since the pandemic I kind of let myself fall out of that, so now I'm trying to get back in of like jogging and then practicing some karate after that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so trying to stay at least a little bit fit.
Yeah. The fact I quit my job and that lined up perfectly with fucking COVID is insane.
Yeah.
So my activity levels dropped through the floor.
Yeah, I think that led to me feeling a lot worse this year. So that's why I've been trying to get back into that sort of thing. Because yeah, going from working a 40+ hour work week while doing karate, and then going to just doing podcasts and live streams where the endurance is literally just staying awake. And that's not good for your health.
No, it really isn't.
Hey, not true. Sometimes the stream goes to 5 a.m. and then you're sent out to get McDonald's.
That's driving. That's not exercising.
Yeah, it works out your foot.
Yeah, it's the way I've heard multiple people describe it is like if the benefits of exercise were a pill, it would be the most popular wonder drug on earth. It's really important to get any level of exercise in.
Yeah.
I've just been an absolute I've done such a shit job of trying to bring that back into my life, and I'm hoping later this month it will be a bit better. We'll see. The important thing is at least I can eat relatively well The real bad times are when I get into the rut of there is no time, get nuggets. That's when it's truly rough. That's when it's truly rough.
Or there is no time. I'll drink a Red Bull.
Oh no, I can deal with that. I had to quit the fucking Monster though. Jesus, that was ruining me. Mm-hmm. Red Bull's like, you're more awake, and I'm like, cool. And then Monster's like, hey, you're gonna stay up forever and have a panic attack. And I'm like, all right, I'll take that. Then I drink 3, and it's like, you're staying up the same amount of time by having 3 times the panic attack.
Ooh.
Bonus.
I know, right? Fucking epic win.
I mean, it really keeps you in the zone for LAN parties, but
I know. That's about it. I've had to stop myself so often while playing an online game from going, if I had a monster, I wouldn't have died there.
I used to have Ro, my old roommate. Like I'd sit her next to me at New Year's and be like, I need you to keep track of how many monsters I'm drinking because I'm not gonna.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's no good.
You've had 8 in an hour.
Ooh, they're the mini cans though, right?
No one buys those.
That's a bit.
Aren't those just extra strength?
Some of the mini cans are, but they do make normal monster in an 8-ounce can.
Oh, interesting. Never seen it.
Yeah, I think they sell them in 6-packs. Could you imagine you drank 8 of the extra strength? Jesus Christ. Hey, Aggro.
Yo.
You spend a lot of time playing video games. Do you even
don't.
lift, bro? I know.
I don't spend a lot of time playing video games. I have a regular job.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. Between all the tech shit going on here and tech nightmares, I read that assertion and went, I wish. I played 2 hours of Deathloop last night because I was doing a test recording and it freed me up to play 2 hours of Deathloop.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was nice. I guess we'll strike out the beginning of that question. Let's stick to the other part though. Do you even lift, bro?
I mean, I've got a pretty active job. The only thing I really ever do that I guess is exercise for its own sake is hiking. But that's,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
walking around.
That's like the spirit though, right? You're exercising the spirit. Where's that other shit?
Yeah. I'm all like Ralph Waldo Emerson up in these pines. It's fucking transcendent and shit.
Now I just want to take the camera and film Aggro hiking as he says a bunch of stupid bullshit.
So you want to make On Walden Pond the movie?
Okay. Hey, Mr. Field, do you even lift, bro? You play the video game?
I go to the gym 5 days a week,
Mhm.
and I mostly just run until I feel sick of running, which is usually somewhere in the ballpark of 80 minutes.
I thought you were gonna say I feel sick. Like you just start puking on a fucking machine.
Jesus.
There's blood all over the trash can.
No, not that hard. But it's
good.
like, until I go, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Which is, and I read like a book, so it isn't that bad. But usually it's somewhere in the ballpark of 60 to 80 minutes.
Cool.
Sometimes I do weights, but it depends. Like if I do the same thing for too long, I get bored.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you have to change. You have to change every couple months.
Does running like that cause any like joint problem or anything? I know a lot of people out there are very much anti high impact exercises, so I was just curious.
Oh, I do cardio, so it's just the elliptical machine. So
Okay.
it's just
Okay.
Oh, wow.
designed
Yeah.
to not destroy your joints.
Right.
Yeah. That's something I worry about doing jogging, even if like, I do this 10 to 20 minutes this frequently. I wonder if that's actually bad.
Now I mean this when I say I'm not trying to condescend. At least you're very light.
Yes.
You know, as a person of mine or Feel size, I feel jogging would be much more disastrous on the joints than someone of your weight. Of course, I'm assuming how much
probably.
Feel weighs. We haven't exchanged notes on this.
It's probably something similar.
Yeah. So at least there's that. But yeah, I always hear people like try to be like, hey, go for low impact exercises, which an elliptical, of course, would be.
Yeah.
I feel like a bike is actually higher impact than an elliptical because of how that works. That's.
I also got a jump rope this week. I suck at that. I'm gonna try though.
That makes sense. Jump rope's rhythm based.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, that kind of checks out. I never thought about that being the real life trap for you.
You're like, I got 3 today.
Oh, cool. You got 3 in a row? No. I was watching a Defunct Land and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Bob's never been on a roller coaster ride. And it never occurred to me, like, there are these other various traps of just like Bob cannot jump rope. Bob, we could throw him. It's like an innocuous item, right? But it feels like if you got trapped in a room with it, it would somehow be JoJo's. Like, it feels like a fucked up deep cut mental game against you that someone has used because they did insane amounts of research. Or maybe Saw is a better comparison. You have to jump rope 300 times.
I die.
From starvation, though, because it would take that long.
Yes. It was like if they let it count up, I could do it. But if it wanted that in a row, never.
Well, damn.
I'm imagining a world where Bob's been only on one roller coaster, and it's that one Green Lantern.
Oh,
one
the Green Lantern one. Yeah,
the one that damages your testicles.
Yeah. Yeah, so Defunct Land did a video on the Green Lantern ride at like Universal, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I swear me and my brother rode that ride. Am I mixing it up? I feel like we went on that ride, and then towards the end of the video, he's like, or I guess it's halfway through, he reveals most people who rode it talked about how they couldn't have children anymore and it destroyed their balls. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we rode that.
Yeah.
I seem to recall it being really lame, except for it hurt like hell. KZ, you spend a lot of time playing video games. Do you even lift, bro?
I mainly did like jogging and walking around my neighborhood until the pandemic happened, and my brain went, if you catch this, you'll die. So I stopped and mainly did, stuff like squats and that's about it. There's not much has been happening except staying hydrated.
Okay. I appreciate the accusatory tone with the question. Please keep it up. That's funny as shit. Moving on. Mega Man 14 writes, greetings, GigaChads. I just wanted to ask if you guys have had any experience with the supernatural, and if so, what happened? Keep up the amazing work. So check this out, Bob.
What's up?
We recorded a video. I hit stop recording. It said, there is no video.
That happens way too often, actually. Can we blame ghosts?
I'm blaming ghosts.
Dan, don't you remember that haunting that happened recently? Where there's this, it looked like a ghost dog showed up and kept saying that you should upgrade all of your equipment.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I think that dog is the reason, the videos don't record.
And it also sounded like Aggro.
Understandable.
Understand. You can relate. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Outside of our videos, have you had any supernatural experiences?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I used to be more prone to being really scared of random things and would assume it's supernatural, but it's almost certainly nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got nothing as far as like, oh yeah, that was for certain a ghost. It's like, no, it probably was your house creaked. Probably something knocked over in your room because of the airflow, not...
Yeah. You had the noisiest fucking house, man.
Yeah, no, it was messed up. And it was constantly shifting.
It's the only house I've ever been in this area that just constantly creaked.
Yeah. There was one time where I really got freaked out, because something hit my window. Like, literally hit it.
Now, is this when you're in the house on the second floor?
This is actually when I'm in my current house.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
This was only like 2 years ago.
Okay. All right.
So I go outside
Uh-huh.
and I see that the tree has grown in a way that makes no sense. Now the branch is literally hitting my window. So yeah, that really freaked me out, but was not actually supernatural. That tree just had not been trimmed in years.
You should remember it, Dan. I left mid-recording to deal with the tree.
The only other thing I have to say is writing that didn't make sense appeared in my mirror once while I was taking a shower. Now, I'm convinced that my brother did this with like a stick of deodorant or something. It would not come out ever. He insists he did not do it. My mom yelled at him for doing it. It was probably my brother. But was it really?
It might have been a ghost.
It might have been ancient aliens.
Stop that.
KZ, have you ever had any naturals that were super?
No.
Dr. Aggro?
I mean, I started watching it with a roommate of many years back because it sounded cheesy, but we ended up really liking it the first 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the show that has super hell?
Yes, but only for gay angels.
Yeah. The gays go to super hell. They
my
also did a
God.
Scooby-Doo special.
No, I was I was raised in a mystical Protestant Christian sect called the Assemblies of God. So for like the first several years of my life, I had what you might call literal Christian superpowers.
Okay.
What?
Oh yeah, it was a Pentecostal sect. So we're talking speaking in tongues, casting out demons, predicting the future, that kind of shit. I was basically a fucking wizard.
Okay.
Pretty sweet.
That's cool.
That explains a lot.
It's not too late, Aggro. I'm pretty sure soon you could also be a wizard again. Mr. Feel, have you had any supers that were natural?
When I was like 14, I was convinced I could see the future when I dreamed.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was just like a certain number of things that I had dreamed about, and then they happened the next day. Which was like, yeah, semi truck's gonna hit that pole today, and it did.
Yo.
Huh.
And there was something else like that I'm struggling to recall. It was something with the weather, where it's like, yeah, there's gonna be a fucking tornado today, and then there was. So there was a little bit. I'm like, is this something? And then I became 15. I'm like, no.
And
That's fucking stupid.
And then the tornado talked to me and it said we should elect Biden.
I've had a thing of intense feelings of deja vu.
Yeah.
Frequently.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's supernatural, but hey.
I think The Matrix is technically sci-fi, so.
Yeah. So it's not
Okay.
different
Okay, as long
genre
as they're clear.
completely from supernatural.
Whoa.
I need to look up the genres that supernatural's listed on IMDb.
I even noticed that like we were gonna count nocturnal precognition as a thing because like if we're counting that, you guys remember when they put Mario in a fucking Game & Watch a year ago and I shit my pants?
Gonna be honest, I
Yes.
thought you were gonna say when Chris Pratt became Mario.
I mean, there was also that, but this was legitimately, I had the dream about that months ahead of time. And then it happened in the exact way. And I'm like, I'm losing my mind. I am too old for this shit. We're going to move on to me, whose question will age like milk. Since the Game Awards are coming up.
Yeah, we're releasing this tomorrow, right, Dan?
Yeah, I would love to overnight edit this. Didn't get enough of that last month. Nom, 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 nom.
Bleh.
Just wanted to know what's your favorite Muppet. Doesn't have to be restricted to a franchise. Thank you for your time and your hard work. Well, thank you for
Link
the email.
Hog Throb.
Link Hog Throb.
What the heck is that?
Hog.
Link Hog Throb. He is my favorite. He is
Oh my God.
Zap Brannigan, but a pig.
He is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this guy.
What?
He is from the Pigs in Space skits, where they flew around in the ship the Swine Trek.
Yep.
And my favorite thing about him is that Jim Henson's voice that he did for him was the voice that Jim Henson would always do whenever he was doing anything stereotypically father-esque. Like carving the turkey at Thanksgiving, he would do the Link Hog Throb voice.
Fantastic.
I like that I'm reading this fucking wiki article about Link Hog Throb, and it just says, unlike Dr. Julius Strangepork, whose role on the Muppet Show would be primarily relegated to the Pigs in Space sketches. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Sure as Muppets. I'm gonna say Gonzo. Gonzo's funny. As a really young kid, I liked Fozzie, but you know. that's Fozzie's like vinegar. But I don't know. I really appreciated that the Halloween special this year used Gonzo as a main character.
Yeah, it was really strong.
Yeah, I genuinely find him and his persona very funny and good. I've been meaning to go back and watch those movies because I think I've seen one.
I think I'm in the same boat. I feel like I've only seen one or two of those things, and they've been really good.
Hell, I think I may have only watched the Christmas special, which wasn't like a feature length or budget film, I don't think. I don't know. But yeah, I've been meaning to go back and watch those. KZ, do you have a favorite Muppet?
In terms of ones that come to mind, I guess Pepe the King Prawn's pretty good.
Yeah.
Choice.
Mm-hmm. And I also like Beaker.
Beaker's good.
Hashtag Beaker Gang.
Yeah, Beaker Gang makes good noises. Does Big Bird count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Bird's a Muppet.
Yeah, I would count Big Bird at the top. Look at that big guy.
Yeah, we're allowing anything from any of the franchises. So if it came out of Henson's house.
Yeah, I remember you were making jokes ahead of this. And then I was like,
Okay.
and then I was just thinking of, what about, was that a Muppet? And then
He was in the Muppet movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking of extended children's shows I've seen. I'm like, is Ooby a Muppet?
Yeah,
No.
because I made the joke that Aggro would just be like Fraggle Rock. And I'm like, that's not a fucking character.
Yeah, so I just started thinking of Ooby, which are just people's real life hands with eyeballs glued onto them.
Mhm.
And I'm like, close enough.
Aggro.
With this broader universe in front of me, I'm taking a moment to see if I'm discounting Eureka from Eureka's Castle. Yeah, okay. Dr. Teeth was always a favorite for me.
Dr. Teeth?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
One moment.
You know the band Animals in?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, there we go. I never knew
Yeah,
that guy's name.
Oh yeah, Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Oh yeah, I love Dr. Teeth.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
It's really good.
He always seems like a little too high for what's going on.
No, that's why he's
God,
perfect.
yeah.
Like he's not completely baked. He's just a little bit above whatever's happening.
That's when you can operate at that level. That's like all the strongest people there are.
Bob?
1 second, I'm looking up if Job of the Hut was made by Jim Henson.
I mean, if you want to fucking cheat, if you want to fucking cheat, Yoda's right over there, motherfucker.
That's too easy, though.
Okay. I mean, it even has Oz, Frank Oz, which also worked on the Muppets. So you can,
course,
even doing the fucking voice. So fuck it, man.
But yeah, I was actually thinking of the two critic guys who always just
Statler and Waldorf.
Yes.
Yeah, they always stick out to me. They're enjoyable.
Bob has opened up new doors. I'm going to say Babu Freak from Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, that little gremlin looking thing that only speaks in loud noises. That's a Muppet. I'll take that.
I was also trying to remember how creepy the enemies in Dark Crystal were. Yeah, they're really freaky.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, the Skeksis, yeah, those things were amazing puppets.
Yeah, they looked really nice. You need to watch that movie again, like 4K or something.
So you know how we just talked about nocturnal precognition?
Yeah.
Now, I actually, for people who watch the show, listen to this, you need to understand, I don't pick any of the questions. That's all feel. I didn't even log into the email.
Yeah,
because I was busy doing like the tech nightmare that was why did this video not work? But without knowing what was in the questions mailbag, I watched 4 fucking videos about Jim Henson last night.
Jesus.
Oh, did you watch the fucking defunct
Yes.
like his amazing doc on Jim Henson?
I watched every
Yeah,
part
he did
except
that
for Sesame
fast
Street.
pet. We're recording this a couple weeks after that fast pest video, so it feels like everybody's just like, time to watch every defunct land video.
Yep.
Yeah, those specials he did are really good at making me. I'm about to cry on the last one.
Yep.
Every time he says Michael Eisner scream.
It's like the Freakazoid thing. Scream.
And every time Walt Disney's the focus, be like, man, he really was Andrew Ryan, huh?
What are you talking about? There's no similarities between Epcot and Rapture.
I love Michael Eisner. He only exists to apparently ruin everything and be an idiot.
See you at Disney World. Bring money.
So, Bob, have you concluded which?
Yeah, I'm just sticking with those the critic Muppets. They're strong.
They're really good.
I'll let it. I'll be content with that.
Vise says, "Hello, cosmic cranium compatriots. Because of lockdown and money getting tight, I've had less cash to spend on new games and have been binging a ton of shoot 'em ups on my Sega Genesis through a cheap flash card. I found some of my new favorite games through the console's large shmup library, like Darius 2, Thunder Force 4, as well as some games that are complete shit, but in a Ron quirky way. My question is, what are everyone's favorite arcade-style shmups, if any? Hard mode version of this question. No Ikaruga or Radiant Silvergun. You idiot. You think that'll stop me? Gradius 5. There. I'm still mainstream in milquetoast. You can't make me be quirkier.
Look, Dan, even that isn't mainstream anymore because it's on the ancient PS2 and locked.
Dude, you don't understand. Okay, Bob.
Yeah, what's up?
One time, one of my friends was talking about like indie bands with a friend of theirs at the college or some other student at the college, right? They mentioned that I listened to Modest Mouse, okay? And that person goes, Modest Mouse isn't indie, they're mainstream. That's what it's like to talk to shmup people.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, Gradius 5 is very, very mainstream. It's fucking Gradius. But look, at the end of the day, I just want a treasure shooter that isn't Radiant Silvergun because Radiant Silvergun people are insufferable. I look forward to the comment section. But no, seriously, it would be Ikaruga and fucking Gradius 5. So since one of those was discounted, I went with the other. Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
You got a... Oh, wait. You know what? If we want me to get quirky...
Okay.
Gun Deadline?
Ooh.
Spelled with the G before the N in Deadline.
Yeah, that thing's really cool.
And Hitagata Happa, which is hard as shit, but really, really fun.
Yeah, I think Dan's the only person in the world who likes Hitagata Happa.
I might be. Those games are really good. I enjoyed the absolute mother-loving shit out of them, and I think they're on the PS4 now.
Pretty sure. At least Deadline.
At very least Gun Deadline is. But yeah, okay, now I can hand off. Hey, Bob.
Yeah, Death Smiles. I've been a huge fan for a long time.
The reason the fucking 360 has the faceplate.
It's the only side-scrolling shooter where you can switch directions. Like you can shoot left or right. And I always found that really cool.
I'm like, that can't be true. I mean, Resogun for one, but...
Yeah, but that's really different.
Yes, it is really different.
Like, super
it's
different.
Defender, but good.
Yes.
What's wrong with Defender, Dan?
Defender aged like shit compared to its contemporaries. That's what's wrong with Defender. At that point, I might as well be playing Zaxxon.
Yo, Zaxxon Raw!
Zaxxon looks really cool. You know what? I take that back. I'm sorry, Zaxxon. You're not as bad as Defender. They even have that Sega CD Zaxxon. I think it was CD. It might have been 32X, but it was cool as shit. It looked incredible.
But I like a lot of the cave shooters. I'm trying to remember the name of the one where it's a bunch of samurai stuff, and I just can't.
I'm just going to name a bunch now off the top of my head, okay?
Okay.
Mushihime-sama.
I haven't played enough of that one.
Okay. You don't have any takes on that?
No.
What's the bug one? Is that the one I just said?
Yeah, that's the one you just said.
Okay. I'm out. Thank you for your time.
I think that Akai Katana was pretty cool. Off of them.
I forgot about that. We did what was probably a bad video on that a billion years ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Cool.
Man, they keep releasing. They released all of them on 360, and you're like, we're done. I'm like, guys, that's 360. Where you mean you're done?
We know how much Japanese loving consumers own Xbox 360. Guys, seriously? Seriously right now? You can't even bring it over to the PS3? No. At least they started releasing it on Steam.
Yeah, at least they're getting that now. Even that doesn't have nearly as many releases as the 360 has.
And for people who don't remember or realize, they brought it to phones before they brought it to Steam.
Yes.
It's like, what's wrong with you?
But they're making a Toho game now, so I just have to be like, please be good.
Oh, yeah, no, that would be fantastic if the Toho game came out well.
Yeah.
Hey, should we count things that are like shmup versus games?
I don't think that really qualifies, but go ahead.
Okay, so there's that fighting game that is the orange juice, like 100% fighting game, and I cannot remember the name of it. I'm going to go ahead and pass. Bob, did you have any others?
I'm sure there are more, but they aren't coming to mind right now, so
Okay.
whatever.
We'll go to KZ. KZ?
I haven't played for a decent amount of time a lot of arcade like shmups, but I do like Einhander, and I feel like that has that general feel.
Yeah, Einhander's real good.
Of it being a shmup and it being one that I don't think I'd beaten.
That game's hard to tell. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
Acceleration Suguri X. That game is really fucking cool. It's got your heat gauge, your versus shmupping. I'm a counter. I don't care if you count. But yeah, Einhander's a real good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Aggro?
Okay. This isn't really my genre, so I'm going to ask, does Super Stardust HD count?
Yes. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're wrong.
Okay, then I'll pick that.
Cool.
Because that's really the only one I ever played a whole lot of, except for the Gradius collection of the PSP. Except for, it seems to me that every movie theater in our area had a 1942 cabinet.
They also had, which that makes sense, a fucking Air Force base. But they also had Raiden,
Yeah,
like the bowling alley for the base did.
That was something I just remember. Like, I love the Raiden games, at least the early ones, because those were in arcades around here. Even the coffee shop Pipe that we have in town had it, and I was like, man, this is great.
The what?
Coffee shop Pipe. Okay, imagine the word coffee shop,
Raiden.
okay?
With a P and more E's?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shop Pipe.
It's just supposed to be called coffee shop, but they have the fancy spelling.
Look, they added
okay.
extra letters. I'm going to add extra sounds.
Yeah, Raiden fucking ruled.
Yeah, it did.
Like that bendy laser shit blew my mind as a kid.
Yes. That shit looks amazing. Yeah, I feel like the PS1 was the moment where it was like, whoa, shmups can look incredible now. I was a little disappointed because every shmup on the SNES has like slowdown. Like Axlay, Gradius 3, Super R-Type. Like they all just have slowdown. So every time I tried one on the system, I was like, oh, like this feels kind of bad.
Jackal a shmup?
I don't think anyone's going to hear that out. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I feel like it is. It really.
I fucking love Jackal, so I want to say yes.
Okay, well then we'll all say yes because of course I love Jackal. That's one of my favorite NES games.
Jackal, it rules.
The only problem with Jackal is that I think they removed the really cool like title crawl thing from the American version.
Oh, there's a Japanese title crawl because the US one it just pops up with the faces of the characters and has a bio typed out.
There's something it says something in English. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like, to win this you'll need courage and the strength of the wild rose or something insane like that.
Yes. Yeah, it says something insane like that. I remember that because Jackal originally was a vertically oriented arcade cabinet. Exclusive to Japan, if I remember correctly. It may have come over, but its name wasn't even Jackal. I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Okay, I found it. I'm gonna read it.
Sure.
Your brothers in arms are hostages behind enemy lines, and you're their only hope for freedom. But the firepower you'll face to rescue them is awesome. Rescue the POWs in the buildings. You'll need a pocket full of miracles and the ferocity of a wild, bloody rose.
Fuck yeah!
That's really good.
What a good fucking game. Also, if we're counting
What's that
Super
T-shirt?
Yes. Also, if we're counting Super Stardust, then obviously I have to count both Super Stardust and Resogun. Resogun's fucking incredible. Absolutely stellar fucking shmup.
Oh, I found the name of that other cave shooter I was thinking of.
Okay.
It's Gwange.
Oh, yes. It's Guwange.
Yes.
Gwange. It's like the weirdest lightsaber sound you could possibly make.
Right.
Man, there are a lot of good shmups. After Light Gun Month, we're going to have to do Shmup Month, Bob.
Shmupuary.
No, just Shmonth.
Yeah.
Schmuprel.
Gustavo Borealis writes in, greetings, British thermal dimensioneers. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving with lots of delicious food. I would ask you guys which kinds of toys you like the most as children and if you still collect them or came back to them as adults. Happy holidays, and here's for a God please better year in 2022. Man, toys that I liked as a kid that weren't video games. Yo-yos? And I've been trying to talk myself into getting an actually decent yo-yo in my adulthood, but I still haven't made the leap.
It's only like $10. I was looking up the other day because it was a Cyber Monday deals, and I was like, sure, why not?
Oh no, Bob, I'm an idiot. You
Yeah.
don't understand. I'm not getting it. I'm not back in for a $10 yo-yo.
Oh, okay, I see.
You gotta
I
get that
understand.
X-brain.
Yeah,
You gotta get that natural fiber string.
Yeah, the one that's like $440.
Actually, the one I
You
was
gotta
looking
get
at
that
was
yo-yo ball made of pure silver.
so I could fight werewolves and be anime.
Yo-yo balls aren't yo-yos anyway. They're
No.
fucking
No, they
cheater
really-
shit.
They're really not yo-yos.
I mean, no, they're not. They're really fun though.
they're neat.
Yeah, they are.
They're neat.
I really loved yo-yo balls as a kid from the element because I had Star Tropics.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if you're gonna use a yo-yo as a weapon, obviously the one that automatically comes back if you throw it sideways is the one that it has, right?
Huh.
And then I knocked something over and wasn't allowed to have the yo-yo ball.
Yeah. That's how that shit works. Aren't you glad OLEDs could take a hit? Because I feel like you could break a CRT before you could break an OLED. That's a video.
Yeah, I'm sure that it would win.
Let's get one of those batting cage pitching ball machines and 2 TVs and upset everyone. Yeah, I don't know. Yo-yos are real dope. The one I was looking at a few years ago was like $70, maybe 75, and everything about it sounded really great. But I never pulled the trigger. Bob, you owned Slinkies as a kid. Did you like that experience?
I had some fun with Slinkies. Not that much, but they were neat.
Okay.
I really like those. I don't even know what you call them. It was this sheet of like little metal spikes, and you'd put it on stuff, and it'd hold a shape.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Little
they
boards.
still make those with plastic now. Yeah.
Oh,
Why would you make it in plastic?
that's not cool anymore.
Yeah, the whole point is supposed to look cool. But yeah, for anyone knows, who doesn't know, it's like an acrylic case sort of thing. 2 vertical struts, 2 plexiglass things. Bottom one has a shitload of holes, and they're really long, like needles, basically. So the idea is you're supposed to stick something in it, push it down, and then lift that up, and it'll hold the shape. God, what do you?
They're called. I think they're called like Pinarts, is what they're called. At least I assume that's what we're talking about. Is a Pinart.
Yes. I did not realize that was a name for that.
Yeah, I didn't know either. But yeah, they're not like needles. They're not sharp. They're like blunt on the end.
Yeah.
So you put like your hand in or your face in.
Oh, this is stupid. I'm now sitting here and like, oh, $20. I could get one of those and stick it on the shelf behind us for stream.
But yeah, I thought those were really cool back in the day.
Oh, they're really cool. Yeah.
I also collected Star Wars characters, like action figures.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh yeah.
yeah. I still have a box of them sitting somewhere. They probably all melted together and horrible by now.
Do you think anyone makes a giant pin art? Like an absolutely massive one.
Probably.
What? So you can do like the I'm already seeing pictures of ones that are person size. They're gonna be like, so what? So you can be Han Solo, but apparently they do make those.
Yeah, they do. I'm
Right,
looking
like-
at this. Holy shit.
Do some tasteful nudes.
That's literally what this one is. You can totally see this guy's dick in the press.
Yo.
You can also see his nipples. Holy fuck.
Did you post
That's
this
some
in
high
there?
resolution.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Here you go.
Hold on, let me see this shit. Yo! We need this.
Jesus, this thing must be like $1,000.
Yeah, we need this for Banny.
I bet it's
Oh
more
my
than
God.
that.
Probably.
Oh, you know it's bad when they're like, add to quote. 'Cause you're getting a quote.
Yeah, that's several $1,000s.
I love it. The Epic Party Team is the name of the store that has this. And the way they advertise this product is a dude with his dick and nips in the fucking press. So is he wearing dog tags? What is that?
I don't know.
Huh. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Giant Pinart Search.
That's a tie.
Is it?
This man is clothed. He's got a belt on.
Yeah, I noticed he was clothed. I noticed that much just because of the belt. Making the dick press even more impressive. What, I'm just going to post this picture of a dude carrying a woman.
Okay.
It's pretty fucking dope. They're like, unlike smaller pin arts, these are sharp.
I'm bleeding.
But yeah, you ever like, you go over to a friend's house, they have a thing. You're like, oh shit, you have blank? And they go, yeah. Like they're just completely not amused.
Yeah.
That was basically my experience every time a friend had a Slinky. It's like, oh shit, you have a fucking Slinky, and it's like clearly damaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
It goes down the stairs once. You're like, oh, this is cool. And then you never use it again. I remember another cool toy I had was it was the gyroscope on a little,
Oh, yeah.
like you'd pull the string and it just spin like for a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
It was not a Beyblade.
Aw.
This is important to clarify. I'm glad you realized. Let's see. We're going to move to KZ. KZ.
I had sock and boppers. Those were sick as shit.
Yeah.
I want to buy them now.
Yeah, I had sock and boppers too. Friend came over, decided we would sock and bop. I busted his nose.
Oh no.
It's very, very unfortunate that due to legal trademark things, they had to change it to soccer boppers. It's
What?
wrong.
Did the Rock'em Sock'em Robots people sue?
It might have been. It was some company that was like, this is infringing on our name, so they're soccer boppers now. I'm like, it's fake.
Yeah, that's a terrible thing. How unfortunate. I'm just staring at all these fucking humans shoving themselves into giant pin arts and going, these look like icons from an old PC game.
I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
Oh no. Just some of it, the meaning of the imagery I'm seeing seems so ambiguous that it seems like a game on DOS would throw that at me, assuming I could decipher what the fuck it means.
It's just you with your TV in there.
This is how robots check for humans in the future. They show you this image. Is this morally correct?
You're in the desert. There's a giant pin art. A turtle stuck in it. Why won't you help it? Mr. Feel.
I had a bunch of Megazords as a kid, and I'm always considering buying more, but they're so fucking expensive now, especially because you don't want the new ones. You want the ones from the era that you gave a shit about, Power Rangers, but those are all so inordinately expensive. And they do constantly do like new versions of those for boomers.
Yeah.
But then you have the boomer scalpers who get them all up instantly, and now they're $400.
Geez, that's crazy. Because when I worked at GameStop, we would get those classic ones infrequently and be like $50 to $60. So I'm now with
nowadays
the pandemic,
it's all
like, hey,
Yeah.
you can't.
everything's a hustle now.
Yeah, that sucks.
What Zords did you have as a kid? Like, what was the favorite Zord you had as a kid?
Let's see. I had a bunch. I had Ninjor, who isn't a Megazord, but he is from Power Rangers, and he's the size of one. And I really enjoyed Ninjor because you would hit a switch on his back, and his shoulder plates would flip up, and then you'd pull a thing on his back backwards, and his whole head would flip over.
Yes.
I had the Shogun Megazord, which I liked because that was also 5 guys in one.
Yes, that's the one I had. The Shogun Megazord. That thing's cool as shit.
I also had the Super Zeo Megazord, which was another one that was 5 guys.
I think I had the one that the Green Ranger used. I can't remember what that thing was.
The Dragon Zord?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any of the very original ones. I only got like later. And I also had the in space one that was just the shuttle, which I thought was very cool. That was probably my favorite one because it turned into like a ship and then would unfold into being, the robot.
Okay.
But sadly, all of those are $7,000 now.
Ugh.
So
That's terrible. God.
then again, I haven't looked on eBay. Maybe they're like even remotely reasonable there instead of people on Amazon going, it's new in box for $12,000.
Jesus. I found somebody who would finally give me a price estimate, Alibaba, on this giant pin art.
Okay.
$4,000.
Ugh.
Stream goal.
Yeah, of course.
Jesus.
It's insane.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here and I'm like, now that I've thought about it long enough, I'm like, wait a minute. Can't I like use the LiDAR camera on this fucking new iPhone I got to do a 3D scan of an object and just do a 3D print of it?
Huh. I mean, that's not the same, but it's cool.
It's not, but for the purposes of just finding a normal size pin art and sticking it behind us, I feel like it kind of accomplishes a similar thing, especially depending on the printing material used. But I don't know. Maybe that would look like shit. Dude, fucking... It's so funny watching any video that's advertising it because it's just people stupidly shoving themselves into it.
What else are you going to do?
I know. It's just really...
You're going to make sure you leave a mark all over your body.
Name one other product you saw an ad for where the ad was just a very wide shot of a person shoving themselves into the product.
And I know how big their crotch is and how pronounced their nipples are.
That's a feature. Aggro.
So, unlike you chumps who are sitting here bemoaning things lost in the distant past, I reached over to my desk drawer directly behind me. You hear that shit?
Yeah, what is that?
Those are my slammers, bitches.
Ooh, I forgot. I probably have a gigantic pile of pogs and slammers.
I got poisons. I got bad news. Rippers.
Jesus Christ.
I should go try and find those. They might be in my closet.
Yeah, I'm tubes and tubes of the fucking things. I had a toy that you could make pogs out of
Yes.
random shit.
I
Yeah.
saw that. I didn't know anyone who had
Yeah,
it.
I also
though.
had that.
Oh, shit.
It was really lame.
Like I had a bunch of older relatives who kept giving my brother and I baseball cards, and we're like, okay, we've seen on TV that kids are supposed to like baseball cards, but we don't know why.
Yeah.
So we just shoved them all into that machine and like made a bunch of pogs out of baseball players.
Oh, that's cool. I don't want to think about if any of those were insanely rare, but that's cool.
I tried to save up for the like 4.5 foot tall Saturn V rocket that was a Pogs tube.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I had something like that.
I saw someone with that. I think it was that same guy who had a Tapwave Zodiac.
Ooh.
I think it was that same guy we went to school with, but I can't remember. Real quick, I'm gonna try to get a ranking of 3 toys.
Okay.
Okay, Bob. Pinart, Slinky, Yo-Yo. Rank them 1 to 3. 1 being best.
Okay. I didn't talk about Yo-Yo, but yeah, Yo-Yo, Pinart, Slinky. Slinky is definitely the bottom.
KZ,
The Pinart, Yo-Yo, Slinky.
Dr. Aggro.
I'm gonna hit you with Slinky Yo-Yo Pinart.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I had a Slinky as a kid. I had a couple. I had a plastic one that was pretty durable. And you can play with a Slinky while lying in bed. Not so much with a yo-yo.
Oh, you can do that.
Oh, you mean you can, but it's not very effective.
Risky.
Aggro's like the Slinky went down the stairs twice.
And if you're talking about holding one end of the thing and striking someone from across the room, the Slinky's got the distance every day of the week.
God damn it, he's right. Mr. Feel.
I'm gonna go with Yo-Yo Slinky Pinart.
This is really tough. I think I'm going to have to go with that too. Yo-Yo, Slinky, Pinart. The Slinky, Aggro's right. You could just hit someone with it from across the room.
Always useful. I like the sound
if
they
you're going
make.
for that min-max build, but the yo-yo's better for that all-rounder general kind of.
Exactly. Yeah, the Yo-Yo is my A attacks, right? And the Slinky is my B attacks. Okay, let me see. I think we have time for one more question, and then we'll end it. Will Sprite writes in, "Howdy, BTD. Thanks for the love you put into the shows. I've recently been exploring the vast and diverse world of instant noodles. There's some real gems like Nongshim's udon bowls that are super worth the premium price, and others like Mike's Mighty Good Craft Ramen that really aren't. Do you guys have a favorite or least favorite brand of instant noodle? If you have a personal touch you add to the prep, I would love to hear about that too. Aggro, do you have anything to lead with on that?
Yeah, I didn't trust cup noodles for a long time because I had like the Maruchan
Yeah.
basic cup noodles, and they're just so much worse than just getting it in a packet.
Mm-hmm.
That I thought cup noodles were all just bad. But recently I've been buying the Shin Ramyun,
Ooh,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I'll tell you, I'm not one of those people who likes really spicy food. So like the Shin Ramyun is just a little bit spicy for me, but the Shin Ramyun black with the bone broth is perfection.
Oh, I've yet to try the black.
It's man, yeah, at our local Walmart it's like always out.
Yes, that is part of why I've yet to try the black. Yeah, Shin Ramyun's really good. I'm trying to think of like my favorite way to prep it. Yeah, do some green onions and some corn. Absolutely.
I'll eat those yakisoba bowls. I don't even know the brand. It just says yakisoba.
Yeah.
on it.
I think
Comes
those are
in orange wrap.
actually. I think those are Maruchan. I think
Okay.
so.
Are they Maruchan? Like they are the cheapest, fucking oiliest. We flavored this with science instant food I've ever eaten. And like when that's the mood you're in, they are perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I've eaten quite a few of those working at different places because, they're not amazing tasting, but they're definitely better tasting than almost everything else in existence near its price.
Yeah. If the flavor can't be good, it might as well be strong.
Exactly. Mr. Field, do you have any instant noodle opinions?
I eat the beef flavor that comes in the packet, and you get 6 for $1.
Cool.
I put like egg and green onion in it usually, or pepper flake.
Yeah.
I don't really do meat or anything. The really ignorant thing I would eat when I was younger, like the really ignorant one is I would make it in the microwave like a subhuman, and then drain the broth and crush crackers into it.
Oh wow.
I have no idea why I did this or where I learned this from, but I must have learned it from somebody.
Because I can't be responsible, just like the Jort situation.
Honestly, like, who would come up with this?
I honestly, I like the idea that Field just saw crackers and said, "Let's go."
Because I remember doing it as young as like 7, So it must have been a thing a parents taught me, but I have no idea where they would have gotten this either.
Yeah. I don't know. But beef is your favorite, like, Maruchan?
It used to be chicken, but beef's like the one that I think is probably the best. But I haven't had like all the weird shrimp flavors they have.
Yeah, there was a point in my life where I hated the shrimp and basically anything else was good. My favorite was creamy chicken, but as I got older, I feel like I ended up liking shrimp more, weirdly. I don't know.
Pork was always a good standby.
Yeah.
Didn't they change the name of Oriental to something else now?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's soy sauce now?
I noticed they used the same color packaging on both, but I didn't think they went Oriental. Ah, fuck. Just tell them it's soy sauce. That's great. So Theo brought up he doesn't put meat or anything in. I started doing a thing. My favorite instant noodle is this Korean noodle. Spicy seafood Korean noodle called jinjambong, and I'm probably murdering that. It's Togi brand, OTTOGI. That thing is incredible. If you've never tried it, please go seek it out. It's got like red text, yellow packaging, comes in giant packs, and some places break them open and sell them individually. Absolutely delicious. The spiciness is just perfect. The seafood flavor is really good. It has such a good broth sauce it comes with. And then there's an oil you put on top for, like, you know, why you put, what is the term? Aromatic? But what I've been doing recently is I've been taking the noodles out of this and just throwing rice cakes in and just replacing it with rice cakes because I fucking love rice cakes. And what I realized is, well, man, at this point, why am I not, like, slicing up some chicken and sticking it in here too? So I'm almost there. I feel like I'm almost at the peak of replace the noodle with rice cakes, stick in some sliced chicken, stick in corn, dried seaweed that hydrates and stuff during the cook, 2 eggs, green onion.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, this is like the perfect noodle bowl. It has rice cakes. I'm of the opinion rice cakes are better than noodles. Does anyone else have an opinion on that?
Yeah, they're different enough for me where I could be in mood for either.
Maybe it's just because I've eaten so many, instant noodles in my life. I don't know. KZ, do you have a favorite instant noodle or least favorite? Man, we didn't even talk about least favorite.
Yeah, I mostly have just had like the not the cup noodle, but like in the small brick packages of like Maruchan and stuff. I used to be into the beef one, but I've pretty much gone all in on like chicken flavor, where I prefer that. I've been wanting to get into the actual instant stuff you guys have had before, because I'm like, this looks incredibly easy. I should just buy some of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to figure out which ones are the good ones and the ones that won't kill me.
Yeah, just eat all the spicy ones. You'll figure it out.
You're like, here, have this one, and it's a bomb.
I feel like the Shin Ramyun Black has to be like pretty spicy.
It's pretty spicy. Like it is a spicy thing. Like it's nowhere near the regular Shin Ramyun.
Yeah, I think the Jinjambong is a little bit less spicy than the normal Shin Ramyun. But that's not why I prefer it. It's just that the flavor's so fucking rich. It's really great. It's the number one noodle for me, for sure.
I'll tell you, over the last year, I started doing a thing my brother kept recommending, and I kept assuming he was lying to me. If you take 2 of the regular Maruchan creamy chicken, I mean, I do too, because I eat 2 at a time, the packets.
Yeah.
If you make that in a pot, and then as soon as it's done boiling and you add the flavor packet, do a good scoop of peanut butter in there.
Yeah.
And stir it and it'll melt, and then toss some hot sauce in after that.
Yeah. I always heard about that from him. And it wasn't until I think the hot pot place opened locally where they're like, here's our hot pot sauce. And I'm like, motherfucker, that's just clearly peanut butter. That I really got
was like,
signed on.
Why would I put peanut butter in it? He's like, you ever heard of peanut chicken? Okay. All right. It's all coming together.
I'm working this out in my brain now.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, no, that stuff can be really great. When we've done the hot pot here, which we're doing it again in a few days because hot pot things aren't that expensive. The real problem is the setup time. Yeah, putting putting peanut butter in with a spicy broth or whatever for that is perfect. It's really good. Really damn good. Does anyone here have a least favorite ramen? I feel like it's not really ramen, but like Walmart has a super soup bowl.
Oh yeah, that thing. That thing that just feels like you're eating MSG straight.
Yeah. It just feels like you're
that
chugging
doesn't sound-
salt water.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's really not great.
I mean, like I said, I've always hated the Maruchan cups. It's so much worse than the packets.
I feel like I probably ate it at some point, and that's probably where I developed my dislike of the cups.
Yeah, they are bad. Like even Maruchan does better versions of their cups. Like they do one that's filled with veggies. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. And they stop making it.
Yeah, but now at least they still have the curry one.
That's actually not them. That's Cup
shit.
Noodle.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Cup
Right,
Noodle
of
does
course.
really good cups. They do the curry cup
Yeah.
and the original flavor, which are both great.
Yeah, those are incredible. So shrimp, honestly.
Oh, I didn't even know they did it. Just straight shrimp.
Yeah,
one.
I think it's seafood or shrimp or something. that
Okay,
has-
yeah, that's seafood.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I was surprised by how good that was. Yeah, I feel like I had the same experience of Aggro of trying the Maruchan cup and just going, okay, cup sucks. Now I know.
I had a few others where this one doesn't even have a name. That's in English and anywhere on it I can find.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Like I found this nameless cup in the back of a truck and ate it.
I ate it.
You were with fake aggro.
Oh no!
Fake Aggro said, do it, coward.
Do it. I'm eating this Supreme that has green stuff on it.
I'm trying to see if there's anything. Dried chili flavor is on there.
Instant yakisoba, JML brand, XL yakisoba, 1.5 times size dried chili flavor.
Yeah, this thing is huge.
Yeah.
I've only eaten it once, but it was really good. Have a second one of them in my house. I just haven't been holding off on eating it.
Yeah, there was that other bowl you had, like that instant bowl, where you drain out the water.
Yeah, those are always good.
I can't remember what flavor it was, though.
There's two different ones that are the same brand, and it's some Japanese brand.
Yeah.
And they come with like mayonnaise in a little packet that's right on it afterwards.
Uh-huh.
It's like a ton of calories, but it's really good.
It's fucking exceptional, and it's like over 100% of your sodium intake.
Yes.
Which is why I keep telling Eric, I'm like, I would rather be lactose intolerant than not be able to eat salt. Like, having to be on a low sodium diet would be hell. Have you ever tried low sodium cheese?
Ugh.
It's not cheese.
But yeah. Yeah, that ramen bowl is really good.
There's also the hot chicken flavor. What is it? I'm trying to remember. It's some Korean company. It's really good, but I had to stop eating it because it just made me feel somewhat ill because it was so spicy. But yeah, they have like it comes in a pink package. It's got cheese and the spicy chicken flavor. It's like creamy.
Oh, is this based on the sauce we have?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that hot sauce is really good. It's kind of hard to find things that are safe to eat it on.
It's called Samyang is the brand.
Yeah.
And they come in noodles or in a rice cakes. But yeah, they're really good. But again, intensely spicy. Heck,
yeah.
The cheese might make it spicier.
Fucking disastrous. I would describe what it does to your body as disastrous. Like, it's just wreaking havoc from moment one, I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's, truth in advertising. Here's the image. I think you could figure out how that's going to go based on that.
Yeah, that looks like the one I ate and couldn't finish because it was too hot.
Yeah, that's the super spicy one. There's the chicken one. Or sorry, the cheese one.
Yeah, we have a full spread image. One moment. This is the way we should do it. Let me pull
There's
this
a
up.
cheese one?
Yeah, the pink cheese one, which is the middle right in this image, is it.
Yeah,
and it is delicious, and they make a sauce of that.
Yeah, that one's my favorite. Easy.
It's exquisite. I've actually had that bottom middle one sitting around for a couple months now, and I really need to eat it. Yeah, that brand's really good, but that is the epitome of absolutely delicious, spicy as hell. But yeah, anyway, I think that's going to do it for this Big Think mailbag. Feel free to write it again next time, asking our opinions on other things that are instant noodle-esque. Obviously not the same thing. And accusing statements such as, you play video games. Have you done this? Because that is fucking hilarious.
Here's a mailbag. You bagging some bitches.
The executive producers for this month of GigaBoots are Esme, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Red Blaze 27, Brendan O'Sullivan, Live Action Muito Real, Completely Normal Adam, Cooper Tank, Zilter, and Virvarm. Thank you very much to our executive producers, and also these patrons. If you want to become an executive producer for an obscure but powerful YouTube channel, head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today.